Guys, you are currently watching a clip from our podcast, The Fellas. The full podcast is available exclusively on Spotify with video for free. So go ahead and follow us on Spotify. It actually helps us out more than you could imagine.
Anyways, look, because of Valentine's, we figured it was only right. You know, we spoke briefly about the Tinder swindler earlier, our man Simon Levive. And also with it being Valentine's, we decided it would only be appropriate that we go through some of your guys' dating horror stories.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, talk to me, Chief. Talk to me.
This.
I like this. Sounds quite good.
All right, here we go. This Tinder story is not mine, but a friend of mine. Now, obviously, that raises, you know, we're not necessarily big fans of that, but, you know, it works. It works.
Raises some suspicions.
Yes, absolutely. Some eyebrows. This story happened in Vienna. My friend met a guy on Tinder and went on a few dates with him for about a month. One day, she decided after a date to finally invite him to her house for a drink. During these drinks, she started feeling some weird vibes from him. So when it was time to go to bed, she asked him if he would be okay with sleeping on the couch in the living room. He said yes. Good man, as you should. For some reason, she decided to lock her bedroom. She's always been a little bit paranoid. And then she went to sleep. In the middle of the night, she heard her door handle move. She woke up and asked him, "Are you okay?" Thinking maybe he was looking for the bathroom, and he didn't answer. She got very spooked and called the police. The police arrived, and she warily opened the door and told them he was in the living room. A police officer went into the living room down the hall and came back. He got on his walkie-talkie immediately and told her not to go into the living room. Apparently, there was a bunch of knives in the living room floor and plastic over some of the furniture. Had she not locked the door, she would probably be dead. Unfortunately, I don't have any details of what happened afterwards, as she was not that close of a friend of mine. Hope you enjoyed the story, though. As a precautionary tale, always trust your gut instincts.
Holy fuck. That's one of the craziest stories we've had on this pod, if it's real.
Mental.
That's
some Dexter
nuts.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's watched Dexter. That is crazy.
Wow. If that's... I'd love the person that was victim to that to maybe send us a DM and clarify that if you feel
if you do know this person by any chance, it happened in Vienna, then get in touch.
Holy shit. That is scary.
But my question is...
That kind of spooked me, you know. I've never been spooked on this podcast, but that kind of gave me a weird feeling.
So, my thing is, right, there's plastic over the couches. Did my man just have plastic in his pockets?
I would assume backpack.
Where have these knives come from?
Has he left the house and come back in?
Maybe. If she heard the door handle move, surely she hears the front door open.
That could be a little bit different.
Do you see what I'm saying? I'm putting my tinfoil hat on here, Chip. Let me know your thoughts.
I mean, you could get out of the house without waking someone up, but actually her own bedroom door handle's a little bit different now. It's a bit louder.
Do you reckon he's just tried to open it? Who knows whether it was like...
Maybe. I mean, if somebody... Think about you're at your mum's house, yeah?
Yeah.
You're in your bedroom, which I imagine is upstairs. Do you reckon somebody could go out of that house without waking you up?
Probably.
Yeah. But if someone came upstairs and started trying your door handle, you might wake up, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm thinking. I'm trying to put myself in that,
So what? He's gone out, got his knives, but then does the door lock behind it? How does he get back in? I don't know. There's just a few logistics I've got about that story.
Yeah.
But either way, look, something like this has probably definitely happened at some point anyway.
It's fucking
mental story.
Wow, that was a good story. If true or not, that was a good story. We've
started with a strong one. Right, let's go on to the next one here. Dating app horror stories. My time to shine. I was talking to a person on Tinder, and it turns out we had seen each other the day before. I remember this because I was eyeing up his pal. Anyways, we got talking, added him on Snapchat, and his Snapchat name was his full name. So me being me, I had to look him up on Facebook. Turns out he had a girlfriend. I messaged her, blocked him, and the next day they were both single. I'll attach the screenshots. And she did actually. I've seen the screenshots, and the guy is just chirpsing her up loads, giving it the highest class of chirpsing.
Yeah.
And she's gone and ratted him out to the girlfriend.
Wow.
Fuck. That is cold.
Where was it? A party?
What was at a party?
Like she was chirping him at what?
No. She'd seen him previously in a club, but just like as a purely eyesight.
Okay.
And then they've matched on Tinder. And then she's obviously Facebooked him.
Yeah.
Looked at his Facebook.
It's on Tinder, like fucking donut.
Yeah. Anyways, she messaged the girlfriend saying, "Just so you know, you're but there was no update from that." All right, here we go. So this was about 5 or 6 years ago when I was in sixth form, and I was having some nice conversations with this guy, all on the messaging of Tinder. Were you using Tinder in sixth form? I certainly wasn't.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe nowadays it's a thing.
I'm old, man.
It was also coming up to my birthday, to which we'd only been speaking maybe a few days max in a week, and he'd been talking about sending me a gift to my address. I'm like, there's no need, aka not going to send this stranger my address. But then a few moments later, he sends me my correct address saying, this one, right? So I was shook and deleted everything and was defo on the lookout for a while. But luckily, he never came to my knowledge. What would you do if you hadn't given your address to someone and you're dating them and they go, oh, is it this one?
I don't know, man. It's really easy to find someone's address.
Yeah, but also it shows
weird.
that it's a bit fucking creepy. Like, that's not a flex. It's not. That isn't something I would be there I found you.
That's a Discord mod.
He's for real.
Oh, by the way, is this your IP?
Yeah, seriously. That's weird, isn't it?
I would be creeped out. I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, how's he done this? Because I wouldn't imagine it'd be hard. I'd just be like, why have you done that?
Yeah. Well, no, I would be there like, I think I would block the like. That's too much, man.
I would block them for sure.
Yeah, that's weird.
A strange thing.
Cool. Anyways, we got this fella here. He said, I matched with this 7 out of 10 on Tinder and talked for a while. She was clearly wanting me and invited me to her student accommodation. When I arrived, I was greeted with a 4'11" girl built like a Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, man. That's cold.
That is. Can you pull up a picture of Wreck-It Ralph for me?
Wreck-It Ralph. You don't know Wreck-It Ralph, man?
No, I do, but I need to see it just to remind me, bro. Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. Whack-It Ralph. Look at that. Wreck-It Ralph. Sheesh.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my. Wow.
Right, so I built like Wreck-It Ralph and had to spend the next 4 hours in a room looking for excuses to leave. Tell me that ain't happened to anyone, right? Everyone. If you're on a dating app, you've defo met someone and they ain't what you imagine they would look like, right? Even if it's a small catfish or a big catfish, everyone's had that moment. And then for the whole date, you're thinking this is a waste of time.
Yeah, get me out of here.
Get me out of here, literally. It happens to the best of us, man. Don't worry. All right,
man.
Next up, we got Felita.
Yeah.
Go on, give her a name, Chip.
I don't know. Stacy
says, met this guy on Hinge. He seemed really chill, so we planned a dinner after a few days of talking. We get to a nice, quiet restaurant and are enjoying ourselves. Lovely. About 20 minutes into the date, a huge family of about 10 people comes into the restaurant. As it was quiet, they were pretty noticeable, and a few of them kept turning to look at my date. And I brought it up to him, sort of joking that they looked like they were spying on us. And he got very defensive, saying I was overreacting and obsessive. Anyways, date ends and we say goodbye. But he texts me later confessing that it was actually his family that came into the restaurant. Apparently, he told them I was his fiance of 4 months, but was too nervous to meet them, even though they had been asking to see me. He asked if I'd go to his brother's wedding the following week. Safe to say I said no.
What the fuck?
Bro, people are
nuts.
Weird.
So he's just told his family that he's got a fiance and he's going on a date with them. And they've all rocked up.
And they've all rocked up because they wanted to see her. They wanted to meet her. And he's obviously just said, no, you can't meet her. So they've just
Why has he told them he's got a fiance in the first place?
But he's obviously...
Surely to have a fiance, you need to be dating someone for a long enough period. Your family would have met them anyway.
Yeah,
but he's clearly told them, like, oh, I have a girlfriend. And then he's been like, right, okay, I'm just going to get a date here, take them. And then, look, the family, you can go and sit at a table over there and you'll see my fiance. Fucking weird, that.
Nuts, man.
Here we go. Right, last one. We got Felita here. Her name is...
Jeff.
Jeff. Jeff the Felita says, keep me anonymous, please. Right. Well, we've done a pretty good job of that, I think. But I was on Tinder weeks after parting from my obsessive ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
The breakup ended badly. Matched with this other guy who was my type. Spoke to him for a couple weeks. Just messages back and forth. Wait. The grammar in this is pretty horrific. Matched with this other guy who was my type. Spoke to him for a couple weeks. Just, a few messages back and forth and arranged to meet. He asked me to meet, by the way. And confused, I turned up to this bar. We had agreed on... Wait. Fuck me. She's written this like an absolute chopper here. And confused, I turned up to this bar. We had agreed on to only be confronted with my ex.
Oh.
So she's arranged to go on a Tinder date with someone.
Yeah.
She's rocked up to this place, and the ex is sat there waiting.
Was he in on it?
This ex is blocked on all of my social media. So it turns out he went to the extent of, after hearing I was on Tinder, making a profile, catfishing me with what he knew was my type to get me to meet him. Don't worry though, I walked straight out, scarred, and never used Tinder again.
My man has got issues.
What the fuck is that? That is the weirdest thing. Could you imagine that? You've broken up with this guy, you're on Tinder, ready for a fresh new start. It turns out you've just been catfished by your own ex-boyfriend. Mental.
Fucking nuts. Oh my days. Oh, lads, come on, man.
Guys.
We're better than this.
We are. Like, if you're going to be a Sigma male.
We all make mistakes, but that's
a howler.
Weird.
That is, look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, you won't be a Sigma with that attitude. And
no
that
way.
Kind of...
And you've already been struck off the yogurt male list because once you make that sort of mistake, there's no yogurt for you.
Not based.